Here's a question I received the other day. The individual has gaps in their roof framing, and I really don't know what causes this, but I have seen it. You know, instead of having the boards up tight where they should be or where they were originally, and I say originally, hopefully. Trust me, I have seen a lot of framed buildings. I used to go in and do we used to call it doing pickup, but this was like cleaning up all of the problems, fixing all of the problems that someone else would have created. So I've actually seen gaps in brand new homes, and of course it was due to construction. But every once in a while, I'm sure it isn't, and you end up with a gap somewhere that was caused through some type of contraction and expansion. So I think the best way to fix something like this, simplest way, would be to simply attach another board to the existing board. I'm sure you could fill this area. You know, if it's 3/4 of an inch, put a 3/4 inch piece of plywood in there and nail it off somehow. Maybe use some type of hardware. I don't think you need to replace it. You can, however, sometimes when you replace something like this, it might create problems for other parts of the building that the board was nailed into originally. So, you know, if you have something like this, you got a few nails sticking out, just slap another board next to it. And you could always use some type of building hardware if you're looking for a little extra support to make the connection a little better. And of course at the bottom, just nail it to the wall right next to it. And here's another type. You know, sometimes I think outside of the box. Sometimes I get in trouble thinking outside the box. I just made a video recently about how to bolt and lap ceiling joists together, and man, I caught a lot of slack for that. People tell me to take the video off, and realistically, I'm just trying to think outside the box on that. I'll put a link in here for you. Hopefully, I'll remember to put a link in here. And but if not, I think it's only 3 or 4 videos back from this one. Go check it out, and if you don't like it, hey, leave a comment in the comment area. But it's just me thinking outside the box, trying to provide other people with something that might or might not work. So this is what I'm doing here. Just instead of putting the strap on, maybe, or you could still use some A35s for something like this. Just simply make a notch the 2x4 around the ridge. Or the board, something like that, and then put a couple of nails in it on the sides. And remember, a lot of people, they love to use screws. They got a screw gun, and remember, screws are not always going to provide you with the structural strength that a nail will. And this would be the shear strength of the screw. Let's just say that there was movement in this direction somehow. The screws tend to break at the grooves. Well, don't forget, nails don't have grooves, or at least ring shanks would, but most nails don't, especially a common nail. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rafter tie, the brace for the, what is this? For the roof purlin. You could simply, if you have a gap here, just simply fill it with a block. Put a scrap piece of wood in there, maybe some plywood. If you have a 1/2-inch gap, cut a strip of plywood that'll fit in here. Maybe make it a little longer so that you can nail it into the board here. So if you have a 2x4 here, simply cut a piece of plywood 1.5 inches wide and maybe 6 inches long, so that you can nail it into the sides. And then you probably wouldn't have to put a strap on there. But why not put a strap in there to give yourself a better connection? I'm going to leave that up to you whether you do or not. But I think if you do have any type of gaps in your attic where the roofing seems to be separating for whatever reasons, then it wouldn't be a bad idea to fill those and make the necessary repairs for that, just in case you have some settlement issues in the future. And remember, some of these problems could be the direct result of inferior workmanship. I know that's hard to believe, but every once in a while it does happen.